Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions, and welcome to your daily love connection reading, whereby today, as we go around the astrology wheel, the second time mid-month readings, we are on Sagittarius. I love Sagittarius. I love all signs. There's something about everybody that's so important and necessary in this world. We feed off each other, and we just really, I feel like we help each other to grow and strengthen ourselves in ways that are different and similar, and all the beautiful aspects of connections, love connections. So I did Scorpio yesterday, and it just so happens today is the first day of Scorpio season. So happy birthday, all Scorpios. And I mentioned it yesterday in case you missed it. Now, we are in Scorpio retrograde right now. I mean, Mercury retrograde is in Scorpio. So in addition to the retrograde, which always represents introspection and review and reevaluate and relax and retreat and all the re's, we're in Scorpio season. So my gosh, it is so transformational within ourselves, within our circumstances. It is deep, it is water, it is emotional and sensitive and intense, you know. Certainly the intensity is there of all different levels with Scorpio. You're never quite sure which one you'll meet or find, or that day and that night. It could change, you know, that quickly. It can be internal for them, but you still feel that there's this understandable, noticeable kind of just, I don't know, attraction of the mystery, you know, what is going on in that Scorpio? What is going on in their mind? Because they certainly know what's going on in yours a lot of times. But this isn't about Scorpio, other than the fact that it's Scorpio season. It will be through the 22nd of November. So yes, recognize and accept the revelations and the revealing of truths, because that's what Scorpio is about. It's all authenticity. Not easy to say right now, not during Mercury retrograde. And yeah, it can be so beautiful when lighting up the parts of us or Scorpio, and we all have Scorpio in us somewhere, because our natal charts will have every single zodiac sign in one of our houses, if you don't legitimately have other planets in Scorpio. So anyway, so Sagittarius, you're feeling that too. And we're talking about you and your specific connection, your highlighted connection today, which is going to be that of Taurus. I just did Taurus. So we're not going to do Taurus twice in a row. That's something I promised, is that, you know, this is and the reason I'm not going to do it as the main highlight, like I said, because it was just done with Scorpio yesterday. And the reality is I do the highlighted reading for three major categories when I pick this highlighted connection. But then I read a tarot message and energy for every other zodiac sign. So Taurus will come up with Scorpio. But because I just read Taurus with Scorpio yesterday, we're moving on. That's a mouthful. No wonder my videos last so long. And there it is the second time. If it's the third time, we got to do it. It is not. We are in Aquarius. I love this. Bam. And I love Taurus and Sagittarius as well. Sagittarius is a earth fire sign, okay? And fire is, you know, just vitality and energy and passion and movement and action. And boy, you're going to get that with Sagittarius. I am so sorry, my mouth and my words are just... But nevertheless, I will continue on. Sagittarius is so optimistic. They are so motivating. They are ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the most benevolent planet. Jupiter comes around every single astrology sign every 12 years. And this year it's been in Capricorn. And I'll be reading for Capricorn tomorrow as the main sun sign, but it'll come up in the one reading for Sagittarius as well. It's very, very lucky. It is a beautiful being in the right place, being in the right time kind of energy. It is about expansion in anything you touch in your life, or it touches you in that way. Magic, luck, you know, great relationships, great job opportunities. And I'll tell you something, Sagittarius love to work hard. They love to keep that motivation going, you know, and they tend to be constantly on the move, and they love to move, and they love exercise. It's imperative for a lot of fire signs. They have to get that out, literally, you know, but they actually really enjoy that. And my son, who's a Sagittarius, was exercising since he was 4 in soccer, and then it just continued, and he still does to this day. So there's absolute truth about that. And I've known many Sagittarians, and it's the same thing. And there's a small percentage, I'm sure, that are thinking, MaryAnne, what are you talking about? That's not me. And of course that makes sense. It has a lot to do with your other, you know, planets of your natal chart. This is the sun sign. This is your inspiration, your personality traits, your, you know, your ego, your drives, your desires, your inspirations, the way people see you, the people you want to be with and connect with, and the day you were born, the month you were born. You know, generally when you see a horoscope, it's related to the sun sign of each zodiac and the personality and what may or may not occur that day, as well as this reading. You may resonate right away with it. Today is actually October 22nd. Like I said, first day of Scorpio season, and you may feel it immediately. It may have already happened. These readings come through and the energies come through, and it's pure and it's good for the moment, but it can last, you know. And by the way, a lot of times, you know, if you're not resonating with the sun sign, if you happen to be someone who knows your natal chart and you have Sagittarius in your moon, for example, is Sagittarius, or even rising, I think those 3 specifically, and then also I think of course, Venus, which is all about our love and our relationships and our intimacy and our passions. You may very well resonate with the Sagittarius reading if you're not a Sagittarius sun sign. So that's something to keep in mind too. I haven't actually mentioned that. But anyway, so then, you know, we've got the mutable aspect of Sagittarius. So they're very, very adaptable. They love new things. They love new adventures. They don't want to be held back. They love freedom. They want to explore, and they want to travel, like I said, you know, all over the world. They love foreign influences. Generally, they know people from all over the world. Something in their job or their careers or just their idea to want to travel the world is very prominent with Sagittarians. And yeah, freedom seeking, great friends, great partners, you know, but as long as they don't feel like they are being forced into a relationship of any kind. That's the key thing with Sagittarius. I've known a lot of Sagittariuses, and well, my son included. Once again, I'll bring him up. Sorry, Taylor. You know, he had relationships since day one. You know, he's that kind of guy, and he's very good looking, and he's very intelligent, and he's very, you know, interested in higher learning, and he's always been like that. And he's a good guy. You know, I'm not just saying that. He makes a good impression in person in this world, which just fills my heart so much. And he takes on those Sagittarius traits where he's accepting of things, and he's willing to be open-minded and see all things. He wants law and truth and justice. He happens to be in the field of law, so he definitely is a strong advocate for truth and well-being for everybody. And he was with girls and stuff for years, and in the last 5 years, he's been with one person for the first time, and he is in his 30s. So, yeah, they're not rushing into that. But you can do that when they're younger, of course. I mean, who doesn't when they're younger, right? The hormones just go crazy. And sometimes it could last a lifetime, but I just don't think it's really common. It's more, you know, the friendship aspect with the Sagittarius is how it's usually formed, and then it goes from there. And it's not like a necessarily rush or anything, and you know, you work it out. The highlighted connection today is Aquarius, and that's a beautiful connection. That is the fire and air that I've said over and over in my readings it's so beautiful and compatible. They really spur each other on, and they add to each other's life. You know, the air is about communication and learning as well, and expanding the mind, and communication and being able to express. You know, air is the lungs. It's breathing and you know, pushing out the air, you know. And when you have a bellows, like I always say, and you use that air to stoke a fire, it's going to get bigger, right? And it's going to be more expansive. And that can be a beautiful thing. Now, Aquarius is a fixed sign, so they have very set ideas and opinions, and that can be beautiful when it's about who they love and you know, their determination to succeed in whatever their interests are. They are definitely ruled by Uranus, so that is that unbelievable, changeable, unexpected surprise kind of element that comes out in their lives, and they've grown up with that. You know, sometimes it's so incredibly beautiful, it just changes their life in an instant. Other times it's really shocking, and it's something that we all have to understand does happen in our lives, in the world, like this year, for example. I feel like it's a little bit easier on an Aquarius, certainly as time goes on and they realize that is their destiny or their fate. Uranus, though, however, is very, very interested in science and technology and futuristic thoughts and expansion and ideas and being inventive and scientific and just amazing things that can change our world. And that's what's kind of motivating, I think, Aquarians, and they're wanting to change the world and to just work to make the whole world a better place. You know, it's not about this individual and how can I help this one person. It's like groups, big groups, you know, helping the world, helping change the world for better with the justice and the fairness and the equality and helping those that are less, you know, fortunate. That's hugely a part of Aquarius. That is very, very attractive to Sagittarius, and Aquarius recognizes that ability and interest in fundamental understanding and, you know, likeness in Sagittarius. There's that independence in Aquarius as well. You know, they're great in a relationship, but they want to be a whole independent person themselves within that relationship. Beautiful for, you know, Sagittarius. A little bit stubborn, like I said, set in some ways, but, you know, working through that is not a problem when you have that love. You always can work through and develop understandings of the love language, like I always say, because it's really important. And I've seen this be an amazing connection in many, many ways. And so fantastic. I love this reading for today. Speaking of reading, let's get to the energies and the guidance messages that come through under the three major categories for the Sagittariuses and Aquariuses in the world. And I am using the Art Nouveau Tarot deck, one of my favorites. I got it as a gift from my sons, which I think is so cool, you know, to add to my repertoire and to really kind of support me in my lifelong passion, you know, as readings and being a messenger of hopefully beautiful, uplifting, and positivity to you. It's so important, right? We all need that. And so the first category is going to be the overall energy. And I've had a lot of repeats. Let's see what we've got. Love it. The second, of course, will be the possible blessings or obstacles. And then the third is going to be financial, fundamental, you know, earthly, tangible things we feel and see that help us to feel secure, that we can actually manifest. I love this. This is beautiful. So we have, for the first card, the overall energy for the two of you, the highlighted connection. The Queen of Wands. This is such passion. This is the fire. You get it, Aquarius. I feel like there might be fire in this Aquarius for a good amount of you. There's fire in the chart. You both are really fired up about something. And, you know, this is about just the passion and the love. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries are the wands. The wands are the tools that we need in our life to make things happen, to build things, to create, right? Very creative. And both Sagittarius and Aquarius, I forgot to say, are extremely creative, artistic. They love that aspect of life. They love culture, you know, and just love to learn and just for the foods, the beautiful things that can be seen and appreciated on a physical form. But this is really, really beautiful and kind of maternal, that feminine quality that comes through. This is determination, boy. This is the real deal. This is the maturity that happens in the relationship or in your idea or just that real fired passion and that you want to give to everybody, and you want them to feel that you're there for them and you support them. And this is absolutely beautiful as an overall energy. Then you go on to the possible blessings or obstacles, and you have the Page of Cups. Well, there you are. We're in Scorpio season. And yes, retrograde is in Scorpio, and that once again is about more depth, right? And this is about a message for love. No question about it when it's the Cups. The pages want to bring a message, and it could be new. It could be something you're just starting to talk about with each other. Could it be a possibility about wanting to have children now, going to the next level? You know, maybe you've just met this connection, Sagittarius, and this Aquarius is new, but you definitely are feeling the heart pitter-pattering, you know, and that's a non-mistakable feeling, right? You're going to look into it. You're going to dig a little deeper. It may be new, and it may be fresh, and it may be kind of youthful, you know, at the beginning stages, but you're not willing to just let it go at this point, because that Scorpio is all about digging deep, investigating, right? Looking into the mystery things in life, the mystical, the taboo, the hidden, unseen. So this is really, really beautiful. And those that have been together forever, yet a new chapter can come up in your lives, a new discussion, a new depth to this relationship. I love that a lot. That makes me feel really happy because it's romantic and beautiful. Now, mind you, we've had Venus, the planet of love and beauty and money and all the Venetian beautiful energies that come with Venus. It's been in Virgo. That is a grounded energy that's practical, but it's permanent, and it's really caring and hardworking and determined to work through whatever needs to be worked through. We had the whole season of Libra with balance and relationships, and you had to have been feeling that. But we're not out of the woods with Libra, because Venus enters into Libra, once again, the love, the harmonizing in our relationships specifically, and the beauty that's brought about with that. That's entering into Libra on the 27th, and then, yeah, so there's a lot of love still coming through for all relationships, so I'm sure a lot of you are feeling that, and you might be just off having a really good time right now during retrograde, because Sagittarius being a fellow sign to Aries, which has been in retrograde, Mars, the ruler, the you know, the aggression, the Mars being the planet of war and aggression and all the, you know, the things that tend to come out of us during Mars being in Aries, that passionate, fiery, energetic Aries speaks before they think sometimes, you know, because they're passionate and they're just impulsive, but they're not doing it to hurt. They're doing it to express and to make a change for the better, right? They're the first sign. They are the initiators. They have to be the leaders. They want to lead in a proper way. Sometimes you have to protest and have peaceful protests to make changes, right? That's exactly what's been happening. And when it's a retrograde, it's very introspection, so introspective. I feel like Sagittarius has been feeling that. Like maybe you're being held back, and yes, you are in some ways, but really, really being pensive in a way, you know, and just feeling very, very close to yourself, inside of you, and knowing and feeling it's time to really rethink and redo and better circumstances, whatever they may be. And then the third category is under the category of finances. And that's money, right? Or the practical things, the earthly things, the things that we work so hard for, you know, and are so passionate about. And you have the Knight of Wands. There you are again. Just so passionate. And even if you're not able to go completely forward with an idea or a relationship to the extent you want, you're okay with it. You still have great passion about it. The Knights represent information or messages about this particular energy, and this is about movement. It is about passion. It is about action. It is about fiery kind of really, you know, the motivation there, which is of course is what Sagittarius is really represent, the arrow, you know, they point that arrow and they are determined and they are focused and they achieve. So financially, I think things are just growing and getting better. And I don't know if the two of you are in a partnership that way together as far as Aquarius and Sagittarius, but I know in a home life, you could have just bought a new home. You could be, you know, renovating, and that takes time and patience. But you're building something, and it's really beautiful. And it's fast, you know. It's not like it has to take a long time, but the patience has to be there, at least through Mars going forward out of retrograde, you know, which is happening November 13th. It's just about 3 weeks away. And it's been in retrograde close to 2 months. And then, you know, Mars has been in Aries, your fellow fire sign, for almost 6 months. It'll be 6 months in January. That's a long time. You feel like you know you've got what it takes. You can hang in there. And like I said, the best thing you can do is take a vacation and enjoy yourself, okay? And rev that energy up and reserve that energy. Finances are great. You create this. The two of you are creating this. I like that a lot. And, you know, maybe some other Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries is instrumental in your finances somehow, or maybe your landlord, or, you know, some institution comes to mind that's going to help you and benefit you and give you a better interest rate. Or, you know, just really kind of looking into all of that right now comes to mind. Information that'll be very useful will come into mind regarding finances. So that's beautiful. Those are the main 3 categories for the highlighted connection. And then we're going to go through each individual astrology sign now in connection with Sagittarius. So we'll go around clockwise. We are on Aquarius, like I said. So we're going to go to Capricorn. Well, we do have the moon in Capricorn today. And Capricorn is right next to you, Sagittarius. So as different as Capricorn is energetically, because they are an earth sign, they have every bit as much dedication and energy towards what they want. They are just so steadfast and so determined. They have great work ethic. They are just like, that's probably the one thing that I've heard so much with many connections in regards to Capricorn, is they work a lot, but they're working for their security. They're working for their family. They're working for, it's just what they do. You know, they're ruled by Saturn. That's the taskmaster, right? Got the whip. Restrictive, very focused, very structured, disciplined. They have that in their blood. They always have. It's from the day they were born, you know. They were destined to, whatever they put their mind into, they're going to excel at it. They want to be the best in their field. They are great with leadership and authority, and they prefer to be that. They don't necessarily like taking authority. They like to be that authoritative figure. And I don't mean that they have to be in your face about it. They can be very behind the scenes and kind of subdued. But the two of you working together you could create just amazing things together. You know, the ideas are there, the determination, the drive, you know, and so your energy for the two of you, inevitably as this happens, I kid you not, it is the Four of Pentacles. It seems as though anytime I talk about Capricorn or earth signs in general, the pentacles and coins come up. It's about our stability. It's about money. It's about saving. It's about being wise about that. And trust me, Capricorns are extremely resourceful. I feel like Sagittarians can be too, but I have known a lot, my son included, where they make good money, but they also love to spend it. They love the beauty of that, and they love being generous, you know, and sometimes to a fault. So the Capricorn will keep you in line with that, but you'll have ideas. You're going to kind of keep it a little closer to the chest right now. You're going to conserve a little bit. You're going to watch where you spend it right now. Certainly maybe till the end of the year. The change in energies from all basically the huge planets of Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, you know, the sun of Capricorn having Jupiter for the first time in 12 years in their sign this year. It's been huge, and it's been very, very kind of stuck and kind of just very predictable and unwavering as far as institutions and government and control, authority. That's changing next year, boy, I'll tell you. But the two of you will benefit if you're wise right now and you recognize the need to really kind of conserve a little bit. I think you'll be very, very happy you did that. And I think that it's a great combination. I think it's a beautiful connection for the two of you. Saving for a rainy day, if you will. Now, the next one you have is Sagittarius and Scorpio. Well, Scorpio is right next to you as well. I just read, Scorpios yesterday. Well, we're in retrograde season, so here's the Five of Pentacles. Here's a feeling of kind of almost feeling not really as happy and as optimistic as I've known you to be. Okay, that feeling that we all come across. And it's that introspection because, wow, things aren't going as quickly as you want. And like I said, fiery signs just want to move. They want to make it happen. And that's made you a little bit sad, but please don't take it to heart. Please know this is passing, and I know you know that. And I think that the depth and introspection and truth-seeking that Scorpio can bring to you and offer you in Scorpio season like we're in is going to be really helpful, and it'll change your energy rather quickly because you'll come into some insights and it'll make you feel better, and knowing all along you've got help. You can always have, I know you don't necessarily want to ask for help, but it's important sometimes, or speak to that Scorpio and talk about things that are really important to you, on a personal level. And they will help to, I think, restore your faith and your doubt that may be coming through. And just know the fives are changeable. They're transformation. And this is a mindset. So that's always something that changes, right? Constantly throughout their days. Right above is that beautiful stained glass of guidance and support and wealth, just right there. Looking forward is what you have to do. You have to focus on what you want, right? Then we go on to Libra and Sagittarius. Of course, I love that. Libra season just ended, but like I said, we still have a fair amount of Libra energies coming through the end of the month and on through next month as well. This is very compatible. Once again, fire and air. It's beautiful. And Libra's about balance and fairness and justice, and they love relationships, and they will do whatever they can to make that relationship work. They are about the mind and thoughts and communication, and the two of you can have amazing conversations. And they love your adventurous side and your just your authenticity. Sagittarius, excuse me. Sagittarius say what they think, and they think what they say. And, that can be a little bit alarming at times. I don't know how diplomatic it is at certain times, but it's real. And that's very attractive to Libras. So I think you have a lot of Libras in your circle of friends. I really feel that way. And I'm not going to pick this because it fell face down. Somebody just shuffle a little bit more and just pick your specific energy. And you have the Three of Pentacles. Wow, you've got a lot of pentacles coming through. There's money to be had, money being made, even though it may not be showing up. It's definitely around you. The energy's around you. The Three, though, is definitely about just continually working and growing, and it's actual collaboration, and it's help from others, which, like I said, sometimes you just got to ask other people, what do you think? Or, certainly professional advice is always recommended of all types, whether it be a fellow, person in your job or your company, or, maybe a physician of some kind. That's not what really comes out of here. It's about making money and making it last and watching it grow, but with the help of others, because it's really important to realize that, yes, you're capable, Sagittarius, you can do anything, but that there's strength in numbers. That sometimes it's great to delegate things that you may be capable of, but maybe you don't have the time. So make sure that you recognize that, because there's beautiful help and support here for you. And especially with Libra there. I love it a lot. And they want that. They always want to be supportive and help out whenever they can. And then you have Sagittarius and Virgo. Virgo, like I said, Venus is Virgo right now. Venus is in the sign of Virgo, and it will be through the 27th. And it is definitely about that earthy, beautiful, grounded, practical, sensible, reliable, accountable energy of Virgo. Virgos are very intelligent. You appreciate their intellect and their ability to think through and really delve into things deeply and to be the best at what they want to be. anything they put their mind to, or they, you know, they want to help others. They're very dedicated to others, very capable of organization. And like I've said many times, not everybody is, and maybe you're not. And maybe that's not your high point, Sagittarius. So, you know, my son is very organized. He has an Aries moon and other things that attribute to that. But if that's not your claim to fame, trust me, this Virgo is going to help you in some form. And I think it's about the practical, beautiful financial thing. Let's see what gets pulled up. Well, you have strength. And that's really beautiful, because that just lets us know this is represents a sign of Leo, which is your fellow fire sign. So there's fire again, you know. And I just want to say that most of us have more strength than we ever give ourselves credit for. And that includes you and Virgo. And in this relationship, and just building on your strengths and not your weaknesses, like that 5 of Pentacles and those thoughts, they really have no place in anyone's minds. But of course they creep in this year more often than not, I think, with more time to think. And so beautiful, beautiful, harmonious energies, strength within the foundation and the ability to build upon the connection. And I like that a lot. Or there's a Leo involved in some way too, or there's Leo in the Virgo's chart, or emanates that fire, which kind of really, really attracts you because it's the same element. And we move on to Leo, right next to Virgo. That would have been funny if that came up right then. But anyway, this is a beautiful connection because you're both fire and you're both very, very motivated and fired up, right? And that's just who you are. You come into this world that way. Now, Leo is ruled by the sun, right? The most brilliantly bright star in our galaxy. And it's what they have been known and live up to. And the strength comes in. That's what the strength card is. There's such strength and confidence in a lot of Leos, as in all fire signs and Sagittarius. You know, it's just kind of built in, and it's very attractive. And they want to be leaders. They want to be the king of their castles, everything. And everyone is therefore a part of their castle. And they take that very seriously. And they want to give and be generous. And, you know, just share huge hearts. And you have the hangman, so that's interesting. So right now, if there's anything working together with the two of you, whatever it is, relationship, you know, of a romantic kind or a business kind, it's on hold. And that's, like I said, with the retrograde, that's what's happening for a lot of us. But it's really kind of beautiful. This represents the sign of Pisces. So it's that internal calling or understanding of our spiritual nature. The intuition comes very clearly and strongly this month. The veil is thinner. The moons, the 2 full moons this month, and the new moon in Libra was very important for ideas and initiations and intentions. So maybe you're seeing things from a different perspective, and you're kind of really just taking it in right now. And like I said, retreating and relaxing and really kind of thinking things through, you know, and not necessarily being outwardly about it in the normal way that would happen. But I like this. It feels like there's a calm with that fire, which is really important, because sometimes the fire gets, you know, explosive, and that's not necessarily something that's going to help right now. So being at peace with each other and together, I like it a lot. Then we have Sagittarius and Cancer, and if Cancer is a beautiful water sign, right? They're that beautiful, emotional, feeling, intuitive sign ruled by the moon. And once again, the moons are very much affecting them, always do, the different phases from the new to the full, and just this prophetic kind of energy that's happening between the two of you. And, you know, the want to give and to nurture you is what Cancers are about. And they feel good trust with you. They want to feel trust with you. And once they do, there's no stopping them. But just making sure that you're communicating properly, especially in the retrograde, you know, with Scorpio being the Mercury retrograde sign as of right now, because it always changes. And it's a fellow water sign to Cancer. So they may be a little more introspective than even normally, because they tend to retreat back in that shell when they need to have peace and kind of rebuild their energies. Let's see what your energy tarot message is. Okay, it's Seven of Pentacles. So see, the Cancer in regards to you, you're thinking about where you are, what you've done thus far. And I say Pentacles, practical, work-wise. Something about your jobs. Maybe the Cancer connection had lost a job, or maybe they're thinking that it's not really everything that they thought it would be. And this whole year has changed so many people in their perspectives. So I think maybe there's a change in the wind, or just really kind of rethinking it during retrograde season, which is what it's perfect time to do. And knowing that, you can grow to any extent. I mean, whatever you put your mind on, it will increase. That's the whole point of energy. But focusing on the right ways and not feeling discouraged, but just kind of pensively thinking about it together. What's the next move? It's all relative to what I said before from the beginning. A lot of these energies and connections have to do with kind of just being still, giving it some time, different perspective, recognizing the strength you have and the blessings, that are there for us always. Then we go to Gemini. That's your polar opposite, and it's a beautiful energy that can be so incredibly different and so harmonious and so complementary at the same time. As with all, polar opposites, there's such growth here and such ability to learn from each other. You spur each other on. Gemini is the air sign. It is the, once again, thinker, the communicator, world ruled by Mercury, all about mind and calmness and, how can I connect and how can I work and expand my thoughts and my abilities and teach this to others and really pass the word on in ways that are productive and helpful to this society and to the world and to you. What are you talking about? What are you communicating together? And if it's misunderstood, it's because of the retrograde. But there's fun and activity. There's this mutable aspect to the Gemini, the duality. You love that. It keeps you on your toes. And you love adventure, and the two of you can be very independent within the relationship. There's great fun here, and I would say intimacy is beautiful. There's a good attraction most of the time physically. And you have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, they're the Pentacles again. The most, the best, the ultimate, okay, in complete abundance, which is many things to many people, but it's definitely the security you want. It's the foundation you want. It's the family. It's the fun. It's the vacations. It's just super happiness. And that's what's going on with you. That's what I'm talking about. You two can build and create so many things. And the 10 is the new cycle. So whatever was happening to this reading, and certainly since the new moon, which I think has affected many people, and Gemini being the sister air sign is definitely affected by that. I think they have great intentions in mind, big changes and transformations. And they're going to be beautiful. So I love that for you. And then we have Taurus and Sagittarius. And this is very different and very, very workable. Now, Sagittarius is one of those signs, I'm going to be honest, that can get along with just about everybody. And they do. The only thing I would say is that the earth quality, the stationary kind of set, this is a fixed sign, the slowness in movement and change that tends to happen with earth signs. Like I said, the major planetary influences this year with Capricorn and this kind of stuck energy that doesn't really move quickly, and certainly not as quickly as we wanted it to this year for many reasons. I'm not going to go into it. You know what I'm speaking of. That was really, really strongly felt. And I love the determination of the earth signs. I love their ability to stand their ground and to love the nature parts of life and to plant those seeds and watch them patiently, which is not necessarily a virtue of Sagittarius, patience. But they admire that in the Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. So Venus is about the love and the beauty and recognition and appreciation of all things in life, from art to foods and good wine and just fun and luxury. Many Tauruses have many beautiful things in life that they've worked hard for, and they love to share that. So let's see what the energy is with this connection. All right, so we have the 8 of Cups. Well, this makes a lot of sense. This is about the emotional letdowns and losses of this year, and leaving them behind to the best of our ability, because they will always be in our memory. And maybe we can remind ourselves that to look at our memories in the most beautiful and uplifting way is always the best thing we can do. I have had losses myself with siblings, and at first it's so devastating, you know, and then you just, more and more as I feel them more and more every day, you know, more than I had actually seen them in the last years prior to them leaving. It's so beautiful, and it's one of those things where I just say, thank you so much for letting them be a part of my life and to have that memory. That's where you're going, because you don't want anything to hold you down. You're not interested in that anymore. You've had enough of that this year. It's onward and upward, right? And the two of you are feeling the same way, and there's that red passion about that. Yeah, there's that fiery passion. And the new and full moon there, so you're very impacted by that because it's emotion. The moon's incite emotion in us. Absolutely. And then you go on to Aries and Sagittarius. I absolutely love this. Talk about fire, right? And passion and understanding, and just this almost competitive, because it's so attractive and so fun at times. And you both see eye to eye on so many things, and you're both leaders and you're both initiators. Well, you know, the mutable sign in Sagittarius is just wanting to do and continually learn and change and move. And the aspect of Aries being a cardinal sign, which is the initiator, initiating the first day of spring, the very first sign in the zodiac, number 1. And they will let you know that. But they love, and they have great passion, and they have great desire to make great changes. And they want to do that with you too, Sagittarius. We can work amazingly well together on all different levels of love and connection. And there you have the 5 of Cups. So here we are again with the emotions. Here we are in Scorpio season. They're going to come up, boy. What are you focusing on that isn't making you happy? Because right behind you are the 2. There's the 2 of you, where everything is just exactly enough and what needs to be and feels right. And it was brought up to my attention that, I'm not seeing it on this card, so I won't say. But yeah, thinking and recognizing and focusing on the things that make you feel good and that'll change your energy, bringing in more, right? Because there have been losses for everybody, and I apologize, and I'm so sorry for anyone who has had to have losses, because it is absolutely a part of life, but it can be very hard. And yet you are still going to be strong, and you're going to focus on the good, and the 2 of you together with your strength can absolutely make that happen. And that's the best way to think. And then we go on to Sagittarius and Pisces. And I love this a lot, and I see it a lot. And it is that fire and water, you know, and it's that energy and that tension that's there, and the steamy water, and, you know, alchemy of steam, then the boiling and so forth, and just, whoo, it can be so passionate. And so, well, the sensitivity is very strong with the Piscean, you know, but they're also very, very knowledgeable, and they really love the hidden and the unseen aspects. They're ruled by Neptune now. They were ruled by Jupiter, so that's very compatible with you, Sagittarius. There was that optimism in that everything can work out, and that is how a lot of Pisceans think. They want everything to be well. They don't want to see the ugliness in life, but they can handle it. They just really prefer to put out love and just beautiful energies to everyone and everything, and it does heal. It actually works. They are very spiritual, very capable of that, very insightful and intuitive, and just very selfless and very caring, and, you know, changeable, mutable sign like you. So together you can really enjoy and have the beauty of that sensitivity from Pisces. And the Pisces loves the excitement and the adventure that Sagittarius is, and the education and the beautiful intelligence that Sagittarius can offer. And I'm not going to I'd be remiss if I didn't say how incredibly creative the Piscean is, and what the two of you have for this connection is the Four of Wands. That's the ultimate in you know, just that balance and that beautiful life and steady foundation, you know, family, creativity, work, whatever it is, it's just right. It feels so right. It feels so balanced. It feels the foundation is there. And you two can just continue to create and to believe and to be optimistic. Now, the planet that rules Pisces is modern time, is Neptune. And that's been in retrograde. It's going to go forward. But it is illusion and it is fantasy. It's hidden understandings. But that Scorpio season that we're in, which is very complementary to Pisceans as a water sign, it's going to reveal stuff, and I think it's going to be great, and it's going to help you to keep the strong foundation between the two of you. I love that a lot. These are beautiful energies coming through. I can't believe how many pentacles came up for you, though. So be prepared to continue to make money, Sagittarius, and just to know that you deserve every cent of it. And your help with the connections is going to be very, very appreciated and recognized by you. So let us finish with the two oracle messages. And the first one being the wisdom of the oracle. And this is basically just this divine, loving guidance that the divinity of this oracle can provide for us. And the message is just for the Sagittarius and all their beautiful connections for today and onward, the rest of the month. Enchanting gifts. Oops, exchanging gifts. Forgive me, I don't have my glasses, but I love what it says either way. Anytime there's a word gift in it, it's a beautiful thing. I saw that in your reading. You know, you've got the pentacles with your connections and the wanting to help and the wanting to grow and to prosper. Look at the beautiful illustration there. Exchanging gifts. You've got a cat there. 27, that's a 9. That is the completion, the end of a cycle and on to the new. What gifts are being provided? What are you accepting? What are you recognizing? You know, with the mindset, remembering you have everything you really need and it's all unlimited, but providing that that thought and that, what am I trying to say? You know, law of attraction to you is what really helps. And you know how to do that, Sagittarius. You have that optimism. You make things occur. 27. Right in the middle here somewhere. Nope, too far. I just want to say, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. When you do that, it helps to raise the bar with YouTube. They will share, they will, and if you like, it's even better. And it just takes a moment, and what it does is help you to interact with me as well. You can send me comments, let me know how I'm doing, help me to evolve, be part of my community on a regular basis. I do readings every day, and so, you know, it would just be beautiful. I appreciate it. So 27, exchanging gifts. The essential meaning, the law of giving and receiving. Currency, well, we had a lot of that going on. Trade-offs, weighing costs, and determining value. That is incredibly synchronistic to your reading today. The Oracle's message, you're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them, yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, of course, and you know you do that. You're motivated, that's what you do, you're fired. And commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful, and if you align with the law of giving and receiving, I brought that up, you must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide you, your choices, you can deplete yourself or create an imbalance. Now, what's interesting is the sign symbolically in the tarot is for Sagittarius is temperance. And that's exactly what it's speaking of. Everything it said, give and take, you know, push and pull, keeping that balance. That's Libra season as well, but it's more actually internal and external. It's above and below. It's you know, feeding yourself and others in the process. This is not a time of just do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life, which I know you do. I don't know why, that makes me emotional. It's just so beautiful. I'm very grateful to call out MaryAnne Reed. She's amazing. I want to one day create my own tarot deck, but she's very inspirational. And last but not least, your beautiful Super Attractor Manifestation deck, which is the affirmation or a mantra I like to share with you, specifically for you, all you beautiful Sagittarians. And you're highlighted, of course, Aquarius connection, but all of the individual connections that you have in your life for your lifetime. For today and this month, whew, it's so passionate when I see this. This is the second chakra, which is passion and creation and creativity, and then also security, and kind of melds into the root chakra. You know, staying firm and connected. When I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I deserve. They are two different things. They're very similar in some ways, but it's being grateful for what we have that creates so much more. It's unlimited. It's expansive beyond our understanding at times. I love that. I love you. Thank you very much for your time and taking the time to be here. It's very precious to me. Take good care. Take the vacation, okay? You deserve that. And you'll come back stronger and rested and just able to just take it on like you usually do. So much love to you. And until next time, be well. Bye for now.